guys, here is another video about English glossary, mainly about healthcare verbs part 2. Last time we did part 1, right? Healthcare verbs part 1. But in today's video, there are many vocabulary about healthcare that we want you to know. So it's time for part 2, healthcare verbs part 2. So we'll learn lots of sentence examples, come along with some phrasal verbs. There are a lot of useful phrasal verbs that you could use about healthcare. And all these phrasal verbs and all these verbs, or noun, all the wording here, are very interesting and also useful for you to use in daily life if you are talking about healthcare. So let's get started straight away. First, we have a regular verb, administer. Administer is to give medication or the treatment to a patient. This may mean by injection, application to the skin, inhalation, or other means. So let's look at an example to know more about the word administrative. So administrator simply means that, like an injection, you put the injection, like you have to get a shot. So here you can see that to give medication in many forms. You can either drink it, either like use some cream to rub it on your hand, or either use injection. There are many ways to give medication or treatment. So there are two examples. The first one is the future tense. I will administrate the painkiller to the patient by injection. That means normally we drink painkiller, but now maybe the patient is too sick. So we just use the injection, put in the liquid, and then shot. Put a shot in somebody's hand or leg or any kind of body parts. Next, I administrated the treatment to the patient this morning. Also the same meaning. We have the phrasal verb care for. Care for is to do the things that are needed to help and protect a person or animal, to look after someone or something. The nurses care for the patient in the hospital. Care for simply means that when somebody is sick, you care for them. You give water to them, you tell stories for them, you help them to be a better person and not be sick anymore. So that is care for. And make sure in this video include lots of phrasal verbs, lots of regular verbs come along with nouns, and also interesting definition. Finally, an example sentence. So make sure you understand all of them and make your own definition. Sit back, relax, enjoy today's video, and make your own examples sentence together. So this is our example. The nurse cared for the patient in the hospital. Here's another. I will care for the patient this evening. A regular verb, assist. So what is assist? Well, assist is to help someone, typically by doing a share of the work. Also, can mean being present at an event as a helper. So simply mean that you are doing really hard work. And somebody came up to you and said like, how about we will share the work and do it together? That is assist. Or there's an event and you're supposed to be the guest at that event, but you come really early and you help the people to prepare for the event. That is assist. So we have two examples. Two midwives assist at the birth yesterday. I will assist the doctor during her appointments today. That means you will help the doctor. If you're the nurse, you would definitely help the doctor. Another regular verb is determine. Determine is to assess of establish exactly, while something is occurring or has occurred by research or calculation. So, in this video there are definitions, but we will read the definition and I will like tell you an easier definition that you can easily understand that. So let's look at the example sentence to have a closer look at determine. The doctor determined that the issue is muscular. The hospital will determine the cause of her illness. That means they will search and they will find out what is her illness. That's it about determine. Really easy, but make sure you read along the definition with me. That is practice reading too. So do you see my voice is a little croaky and different from today because I have a flu. I have a flu from the cold, from the rainy weather. So it's a little bit different, but I hope that you guys don't judge and still like my voice. So move on, we have our next word. A really sad word actually. Pass away. Pass away simply means to die. And here is our first phrasal verb. Pass away, to die. Really sad word, right? Normally we use the word die. She died or she dead. But we want to use it we use the word pass away to be more polite. So you don't, I don't want to say that your grandparents are died, right? Instead they say that they passed away. Pass away is a phrasal verb. It's kind of seeming to die, but a little different. Die, when we say the word die, it's impolite. But when we say the word pass away, it is more polite. So make sure you use the right word in the right situation. Die and pass away. So let's see the example. The patient passed away earlier this evening. Really sad. Unfortunately, the patient will pass away soon. So in the first sentence, we know that the patient has already passed away. But in the second sentence, maybe the patient is really sick, and the doctor tells the father of the patient that she will pass away soon. So that's bad news. And when the doctor said that, her parents can prepare first and not to be as sad as when she died or passed away. And we have severe. So the word severe is to divide by cutting or slicing, especially sudden or forcefully. So the word severe, we do not use the word severe in cooking. No, it's not for cooking. In cooking we use slice, chop, but this is about healthcare. So we use the word severe in healthcare, means to divide some part of the body. And don't mistake the word severe to 7 because if the R is missing and has the N, it is 7. But there's no N, so severe. Don't mistake it to 7. Yeah, make sure. And for example, the patient severed her index finger in an accident. Ooh, she cut her index finger in an accident. So do you know all the vocabularies about fingers? So this is the index finger. Index. And here's the thumb. Here is the middle finger. And here is the ring finger. Final one is the little finger. So make sure you know different types of finger. So this, index finger. This is the index finger. During the operation, the doctor will sever the nerve. He will cut, divide the nerve. We have a regular verb, prescribe. Prescribe is a word that is usually used in healthcare. It is a medical practitioner advise and authorize the use of a medicine or treatment for someone, especially done in writing. So prescribe. Writing, related to writing. So simply mean that when you go to some kind of pharmacy and you get some medicine to drink, and the doctor will always write a note and stick to that box of medicine so that he will tell you when you drink that medicine and how many medicine you will drink. So that is prescribe. And to example sentence, the doctor prescribes some medication for his pain. That means the doctor are writing some note so that he will know when will he drink his medication. The second sentence, the doctor will not prescribe any more medication to you. That means the medication, the doctor said that you don't have to drink medication, medicine anymore. So he doesn't have to write any prescribe. Here we have another phrasal verb. which is come down with, another phrasal verb. Come down will simply mean to become sick with a particular illness or complaint. That means you're sick in a case of flu or cough. I have flu. Sometimes sneeze too. So, come down with. For example, I'm coming down with a case of the flu. So this first sentence is just like me. I'm coming down with a case of the flu. That means I am sick and I have a flu. Normally we use two sentences. I am sick, I have a flu. But now you want to take your English to the next level. So this you can use this sentence. It's short and convenient. I am coming down with a case of the flu. The next sentence, old patient came down with a bad cold. So old patient in a hospital has a bad cold. We have stutter. Oops. Here we have the word stutter. Stutter like to stitch up a round or incision with stitches. So this, normally we use stitch like we stitch clothes. So in this word, we use it in healthcare. So for example, when you are pregnant, the doctor needs to cut out your stomach and get out the baby, right? So after that, they need to stitch. Use some thread to stitch your stomach. So this is stutter. For example, I will stutter your wound for you. After you finish getting pregnant, then the doctor will stitch, will stutter your wound. Another sentence, the medic stuttered the wound of the soldier during the battle. Here you have the word pass out. And the word pass out is quite similar to pass away, but a little bit different. Pass away means to die, right? But pass out means you're too tired and then you just lie down for a little bit. You're exhausted and you can't do any work at all. So pass out. To lose consciousness. She will pass out if she sees the injection needle. That means she is scared of the injection needle and she will pass out. After a few minutes, the patient passed out. That means after some kind of injection, he's too tired and he passed out. But don't worry, after a few minutes or even a few hours, he will come back. So here, she has passed out. Really funny. And next we have come to. Come to is opposite of pass out. What's the opposite? To recover, to recover. So you can use a sentence, I passed out a few minutes, and then a few minutes later I come to. That means I recover from my pass out. Yeah, so they are opposite. Pass out is opposite come to. So remember that. To recover consciousness. For example, the patient came to after the surgery and was okay. She will come to a few minutes. That means she's passed out. And a few minutes later, she'll come to. Really interesting, right? And then we have a regular verb, inject. Inject, to introduce a liquid, especially a drug or vaccine, into the body with a syringe. So what is a syringe? A syringe is the picture that you see in here, and inject is the liquid that you see inside the syringe. So the nurse injected the painkiller and I began to feel better. He will inject the medicine into the patient's vein. Lots of different words, right? Syringe is this part and inject is the liquid inside the syringe. We have fight of. To defend oneself against someone or something by fighting or struggling. That means you have COVID or you have any other kind of virus you fight off. You try to be healthy, eat lots of food, pure muscle, do a lot of exercise. So you are fight off your virus from your body. The patient has fought off the infection very well. We hope she will fight off the virus in her stomach. That means she has a virus in her stomach and we all hope that she will fight off. We have the word massage. Massage is rub and knead a person or part of the body with the hands. Some people in Vietnamese might call it massage, but in English it is massage. Massage seems really posh, right? So like this is massage, you're trying to massage yourself. And it's really cool. Or you can even go to a spa and the person in that spa will massage you. So the patient massage your head with the ointment. So you will put the ointment in your head and then massage your head. The nurse will massage the patient's shoulders, massage the shoulder. Yeah, really cool. And we have our next word, which is ache. Ache. To suffer from a continuous dull pain, you suffer from it for a long time. For example, stomach. You definitely heard the word stomachache, earache, sore throat, or any kind of ache. So you like stomachache is like hurt your stomach, earache is hurt your ear, and sore throat is hurt your throat. So for example, the patient said that her leg aches badly. Yeah, her legs really bad. My back will ache tomorrow if I lift those boxes. That means those boxes are really heavy, and if I lift those, then my back will hurt tomorrow. So I better not lift those. So that brings us to the end of today's video, and I hope you like it.